Good evening. I'd like to call the April 15, 2026 Palisades School District Board of Directors meeting to order with a salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. Dina, can you do the roll call?
Director Beer. I'm here. Director Freeman.
Here.
Director Holloway.
I am here.
Director Landis. Here. Is absent this evening. Director Nielsen. Here. Director Ott.
Here.
Director Remus.
Here.
Director Wenzel. Here. Superintendent Dr. O'Connell.
Present.
All right, and under announcements, we had an executive session that was held on Wednesday, April 8th, 2026 to discuss negotiations. And there was an executive session held this evening, April 15th, 2026 to discuss a student matter. And we are pleased to have a very packed agenda with recognitions and presentations. So let's get that started.
We are. Thank you. We are going to start with our BCIU Student Art Gallery recipient. And for that, I'm going to have Mr. Heffernan come on up and introduce our artist.
Thank you, Dr. O'Connell. I'd like to invite AJ Alsop, also known as Anthony to some. So Anthony, come up and join me, please, here at the microphone. As all of you know, Palisades has a very special culture as it relates to our art and music programs. As you walk these hallways here for many, many years, you'll see student work that is on display for literally decades after decades after decades. Anthony was selected this past year for his piece to be on display at the Bucks County IU. This is really an outstanding honor. Every high school in the county gets to choose one piece from one of their student artists that will be on display at the Bucks County IU. Anthony's piece is entitled Captain Cupcake. What I learned, and I had the good fortune of sitting in on a presentation he did, he is actually an aspiring comic. So I want you to get a good look at this young man next to me, because he's going places and he's doing things with tremendous creativity and tremendous talent behind it. So without any further ado, I'd like to, number one, congratulate Anthony and then hand the microphone off to him to say a few things.
Hi. So I'd like to thank my mom, my dad, Mr. Jones, my art teacher. So yeah, I was working on the comic for years actually, because I took a break for a while, but I finished the digital copy within like 3 or 4 months. And then Mr. Jones asked if I wanted to submit a piece to like a little contest. So I chose a page from the comic. I finished a bit ago. Me and my friend work on comics. We have like a brand called Axis Comics. You can read the comic if you want. It's that you go to Instagram, you go to Axis Comics. We have all our stuff in there. But yeah, I have a lot of, me and my friend Nate, we have a lot of like plans for our comics. So hopefully we keep doing it like when we graduate and stuff. I don't really know what I'm supposed to be saying right now.
You're doing great.
Yes. Wow. Yeah.
Cupcake, I want everybody to remember that. You may see it at newsstands coming soon. It's digital newsstands. Congratulations. Thank you. Great job.
Next, we're going to recognize some Next, we're going to recognize some outstanding educators through Lehigh University's Educator with Real Impact Awards. So, Luke. And here they are.
So it is my pleasure to present the following group, one of which is unfortunately missing this evening at a late issue. All of which received nominations through Lehigh University's education campaign known as Educators with Real Impact. What's remarkable about this group is that nominations can come from anywhere within a stakeholder group, and these nominees all came from different individuals that represent different factions of our stakeholders, from parents to administrations to colleagues. First and foremost, we have Maureen Vassallo, speech and language pathologist, who was nominated by one of our parents, Nicole Lang. Nicole said, Mrs. Vassallo has had an enormous impact on multiple levels with my children. She has supported them for many years with speech, voice therapy, communication, and self-advocacy. Her impact will carry through my kids' lives as they have helped support them be the best version of themselves. We are so grateful for her and all that she has done for them. Next nominee, also from Mrs. Lang, is Adriana Nagami, who provides occupational therapy for our students. Mrs. Lang wrote, Mrs. Nagami has made a great impact on many kids, particularly mine through the years. She has been an outstanding occupational therapist, helping my kids with a variety of skills. She has also been a feeding therapist, helping my kids learn how to eat safely and use utensils properly. She has supported my kids to learn how to organize themselves, to be able to learn to be the best of their abilities. Through that, we've been able to learn and be successful in school and outside of school with the tools she has given them. We are so grateful for her patience, kindness, and support that she has shown to my kids as well as my entire family. She is dedicated to all kids, and we are forever grateful that these skills will be carried through my child's entire life. Next, Kirsten Goddickson, who was nominated from a colleague, Kristen Kimsey, RBCBA. And Mrs. Kimsey writes, Kirsten is an exceptional educator whose communication, advocacy, and leadership distinguish her as a true professional. She fosters open dialogue with students, families, and colleagues, creating a culture of trust and collaboration. She's a fierce advocate for her students' social and emotional needs. Kirsten is also a collaborative leader who strengthens teams through partnerships and shared purpose. Next, woman of the hour, Judy Dower. Judy was nominated from a colleague as well, Allison Dower. And Allison writes, Judy has worked at Tinicum for over 25 years. She currently serves as building secretary and is loved by all. Judy's impact reaches far beyond the office walls. She is always willing to lend a helping hand to teachers, and you will often find her cutting, organizing, and packing their materials. Judy has also supported our students by serving as a reading mentor. Not only does Judy go above and beyond, she will recruit her family to volunteer for various school events. Judy takes great pride in her work and our school. We are grateful for her hard work and dedication. And last but not least, and unfortunately, Mrs. Danny Thomas cannot be with us tonight. She was nominated by me. She was home taking care of her son, who we hope is well. But Ms. Thomas is a special education teacher here at Palisades High School in our program that the district finally calls the Journeys program. In addition to teaching core academic courses, Ms. Thomas teaches life skills, where skills taught are then practiced in a student-run cafe known as the Pirates Pier. Ms. Thomas has also been a key contributor in the development of the district's student worker program for students who excel in their courses, enrolls at the Pirates Pier, and are ready to step towards gainful employment. In her spare time, Danny Thomas also coaches the unified sports team, the fitness, the bocce ball, as well as track and field. To all those nominated, I want to personally thank you for your tireless dedication, and for being a source of inspiration to all of us. Cannot thank you enough.
Thank you so much. And again, congratulations. Next, we have recognitions for the Caring Community Award.
The microphone's not on.
There you go.
Slow. So good evening, everyone. I am here to recognize Jason Blocker, who was nominated for the Caring Community Award by the IU Autistic Support Class. I want to read what they wrote about Jason. So Mr. Blocker is the PE teacher at all three elementary schools, and he has created an adaptive physical education class for our autistic classroom at Springfield. He has designed an inclusive gym program that brings together our students and peers from the 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade classes. These students interact with and support our children during the activities he plans, creating an environment of encouragement and inclusion. This program not only provides our students with additional physical education opportunities, but it's also helped general education students learn how to engage and to include our children. As a result, they go out of their way to greet our children in the hallways and interact with them during lunch, recess, and other school activities. Mr. Blocker's efforts have made a meaningful impact on fostering acceptance, connection, and true sense of belonging for our students. So we want to recognize Mr. Blocker for positively making a difference in our school. Commitment to the students and programs of the Bucks County Intermediate Unit. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks.
We also like to recognize Mrs. Judy Dorr for another outstanding award. Judy Dorr is Tinicum's building secretary, was recognized by the Bucks County Intermediate Unit for the Caring Community Award. This honors highlights her compassion, dedication, and the meaningful impact she has on students, staff, and families each day. Judy's influence extends far beyond the main office. She's always willing to support teachers, assist students as reading mentors, and even involve her family, like we mentioned earlier. Her spirit of Halloween is always present, and she's always welcoming the IU students each and every day. Her pride, dedication, and commitment to Tinicum have made her a beloved member of our community for over 25 years. We also want to celebrate Mr. Bob Cox. He's not able to be here this evening. He's Tinicum's custodial crew chief. He's receiving the Caring Community Award as well. He is known for his kindness, positive energy, genuine connections that he builds with students. He has a unique ability to make everyone feel welcomed, valued, and contributing greatly to the warm and supportive environment at Tinicum. We are incredibly proud of Judy, Mr. Bob, and Mr. Blocker for these well-deserved recognitions and grateful for the positive difference they make each and every day. Congratulations.
And we are going to keep the awards rolling. We have one more. Thank you. Come on up. And this is the Citadel of Heart Award.
This isn't the first time that an educator in our district received this, but this tonight I'm here to celebrate the Citadel Heart of Learning Award, which is celebrating educators who truly make a difference. So Rachel Tubiello is here. She was nominated and won. I understand the pool was there were like 3,200 applicants, and they only select so many people from like all 5 counties. So this is a huge deal. Rachel Tubiello is an exceptionally dedicated and caring first grade teacher who consistently goes above and beyond to support her students. With over 30 years of commitment, she creates engaging, high-quality lessons, uses data to meet academic and social needs, and fosters strong growth through high expectations and individualized care. Her impact extends beyond the classroom through leadership roles and community involvement, making her a truly inspiring educator. Rachel's the kind of teacher that you want your kids to have. So I'd like to recognize Rachel Tubiello for the Del Hart Award. Oh, and we surprised her. We had at a Panther Pride assembly, we had our whole school there, parents, and we even had her husband Sean and mother Liz. Some of you have been around a long time. Maybe remember Liz Torgerson, our human resources director, many years back. And we surprised her, and it was just a wonderful. So Rachel Tubiello. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I just want to say what a pleasure it is to see everyone here that got an award. You truly are what make Palisades special, and your dedication and going above and beyond to help our students is greatly appreciated, and we're blessed to have you here. So thank you very much. And we're on to the superintendent report.
Thank you. I want to start with kindergarten registration. So kindergarten registration was held on March 23rd, and 65 families registered their children of the class of 2039. At this point, we have 71 students registered. We continue to share information about registration through the patch, elementary newsletters, and to encourage registration by May 1st, so we can assign students to elementary schools and determine staffing needs. I want to thank Dr. Donnelly and Kelly DeBrinia for their leadership in pulling this new format together, as well as our elementary counselors, elementary principals, kindergarten teachers, mascots, they were there too, which was a highlight, and secretarial staff for their work in making this successful and a fun night for our families. As a reminder for our community meeting, the community group that met several times over the past several months committed to supporting the established food distribution that occurred on Thursday, April 2nd. The follow-up from our contact at Fresh Connect was as follows. We served 161 households, which represents an estimated 374 individuals, including 95 children. That said, the total number of children reached is likely higher. We shared that the meals could be used for children or grandchildren, since many grandparents are caring for kids while parents are at work. In those cases, the children may not be formally counted as part of the household, but they were still benefiting from the food drive. For PCF, the Save Our Ship event that took place this past Saturday was a huge success. I need to note that John Haubert and Bobby Santry were the big winners at the basket bingo. I want to thank everyone who came out. Betsy, it was great to see you there, and to support this fundraiser so we can get our ship back out into the stadium. And don't forget to mark your calendars for the 5K Family Fun Run in the morning of May 16th. That will take place right here at the stadium at PHS. Many thanks to Diana Santoro for her work on the design and production of our communications for the comp plan for 2026 through 29. The interactive reference guide is now live on our district website, and the summary posters are off to the printer and will be distributed throughout the district in the coming weeks. The final piece will be a trifold document that will be shared with prospective and new families as they enroll in Palisades. And for America 250, we're also excited to have a role in the upcoming Heritage Day America 250 event from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. on May 16th at Tinicum Park. This event is open to everyone, and many of our students are involved, from artwork to video recordings, and even a band performance of a patriotic medley at 1 o'clock. A flyer has been shared in the patch, as well as a sign-up form for anyone that is interested in volunteering some of their time on that day. And that concludes my report.
All right, thank you very much. Next up is the student representative report.
Hi, everyone. Hello. Spring sports are going great. Boys tennis and had their senior night last week. Boys and girls softball are in the middle of their season and doing great. Track is hosting their invitational this Saturday. And lastly, girls flag football beat Emmaus last week and have a game tomorrow. Our Cybersonics team completed at the end of March in the Ben Salem First Robotics event, where they won 3rd place. This weekend, they will be competing in district championship at Lehigh University. Next Monday is our music department spring coffee house at 6 p.m. We hope to see you all there for a great evening, music and snacks. The 3rd marking period has ended, so we are now in the last quarter of the year. We're all getting ready for the end of the year events such as senior awards, prom, graduation, and keystones.
And then moving on to our middle school. Last week, the Palms track and field team hosted their invitational. It had a huge turnout with a bunch of teams, and it went smoothly with many students earning amazing times and distances. Right before spring break, the track trip returned. The students who attended had a great trip full of hiking and very educational experiences that taught them a lot about nature and our country. And then lastly, our elementary schools. Springfield sent 3 teams to Reading Olympics on Monday night. The students had a great time working together to answer questions from the many books they read and brought back blue, red, and green ribbons. Congrats to the Reading Dino Nuggets, Proud Puppies, and Royal Panthers. The Tinicum Tiger Readers and Tinicum Book Pirates roared their way to the finish line at this year's Reading Olympics competition, earning both a red and a blue ribbon. We're so very much proud of their enthusiasm, teamwork, and spirit as they showcase their reading knowledge. Their hard work and dedication throughout the year surely paid off. Special thanks to Mrs. Kozlowski and Mrs. Porboy for their leadership and support. Way to go, Tigers. Thank you.
Great, thank you very much. Next up is the extracurricular committee report.
Yeah, extracurricular activity report. We met end of March. 3 major items. Item A was Trek 2027. Students just said they got back from their recent one. This was the next trip they want to take. They need approval so they can start fundraising, and the committee approved it. The next presentation was from Cybersonics for hopefully the Houston Trip for World competition. That'll all depend on this weekend whether they get through districts. But they need approval so they can go if they win. I believe that's on tonight's agenda. And the last thing we had was a presentation by the Palisades Sports Boosters about how they raise money, and they're always looking for volunteers. We discussed paid to participate, which we carry over until our next meeting. There was a discussion on the separation, whether we support the separation of public and private schools for athletics. And I believe Dr. O'Connor, you sent a letter out today, was it?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yes.
So that was for boundary, non-boundary schools in the
Yes.
playoffs.
Yeah. So hopefully that will pass and go through. Our next meeting is May 25th. 7th. I knew it was the end of May.
Close enough.
Yeah.
All right, thank you very much. Education programs and services.
Okay, you're timing me now, aren't you? All right, here we go. At the April 8th meeting, we had a presentation on the district's autism support program, specifically the rationale for bringing the program back in-house from the Bucks County IU. We also reviewed the professional learning for district administrators during the 25-26 school year. And then we looked at 26-27 EPS dates talked about starting times. We're still going to remain at 6:30, and we also added an August meeting. And then one big discussion focused on the pre-K program access, specifically exploring whether there might be capacity to allow tuition-paying students in 26-27. So this is going to be a topic that comes back in May, because again, we had talked about this last year, and we want to be really cognizant of, not taking away from our community-based program. So more discussion to come on that at the next agenda. And our next meeting is May 13th. Did I do it?
Under a minute.
Okay, thank you very much. Buildings and grounds. Meeting. Bring it up. Okay, Buildings and Ground Committee meeting met on March 25th at 7 p.m. And the items first under discussion was KCBA was here and responded to questions from the committee, and the committee recommended breaking out several alternatives in the bid so that we could really take a look at pricing and have a little bit better idea of what we want to approve, both financially and in the quality of materials. So we asked for those many items we broke it down, which are in minutes. And we also reviewed, there were the RFP that was put out for the demographics study. There were 10 companies that responded, but the lowest bidder did come from KCBA. So the recommendation from the committee was to award that bid with a cost not to exceed $16,250 and a 3-year updated $5,500. There were several informational items. Suffice it to say that everything is moving along as we had hoped it for at the various school projects. Our next meeting will be April 22nd, and all are welcome. Fiscal oversight.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, directors. We had a fiscal meeting this Monday at 9 a.m. here in the high school auditorium. Our first topic of discussion was delinquent real estate tax collection. We had a presentation from Mr. Separulo, who works with the Bucks County Tax Bureau, to discuss the tax collection procedures regarding collections through modern programs. Committee at this time, we are reviewing other options and looking to a possible decision coming up in June on which route we're going to take on that. Discussion B was the middle school baseball field. Third year playing middle school baseball enrollment remains high. There is currently a playable field at the middle school, but it needs a backstop and fencing that will protect the players from any fly balls. With 3 active teams, increasingly difficult to schedule all games on the varsity field at the high school. Additionally, the upgrades the community can rent the field if need be. We had an estimate for the proposal to do the work. We are seeking to find a couple more estimates, and hopefully we can get that done before our end of the year meeting, so we can get this project moving. Action C, Whitson's contract renewal. We have Mr. Goldfarb, district manager from Whitson's, discuss the current school meal program in general and breakfast in the classroom specifically. Whitson supports breakfast in the classroom program to increase participation and state reimbursement. Documents specific to projected participation. One thing he did bring up, of all the schools in the area, we have the lowest participations in a school breakfast program. I say that's a good job that our parents are doing at home, feeding our children before they come to school. Just an observation. The committee wants clarification on how students access food through the breakfast program. Whole milk, Mr. Hollowell, is an option. Would like to follow up a presentation regarding where we want to participate and where we're headed in the right direction. Committee recommends the following: include whole milk as an option for students. Move that the board approve a contract renewal with Whitson's as per the attached. Action D, Healthcare rate increase. The rate increase would put the district with 2 months in fund balance, which is based on the rules of the road for consortium. Currently, we are at 1.77 months. We are very close to 2 months. We had a third look at our increase to 8.2%, but being that we're sitting pretty well, the committee agreed to a 6% increase, which gave us a savings of $100,000 in our account. Action E, dental rate increase. District does not have discretion in this percentage increase. Recommended action, move that the board approve the Delta dental rate increase for 26-27, 2.09% as per the attached. Action F was SDIC workers' comp renewal. Recommended action, move that the board approve the renewal of workers' comp with SAID as per the attached. Mr. Burdick, in regards to workers' comp, you had mentioned something at the meeting there. Perhaps we could share with the rest of the people in the audience today.
There's a factor in your workers' compensation cost, which measures the relative safety of your program. And if you have a factor below 1, you're doing really well. Ours is right around 0.6. Facilities Department and Workplace Safety Committee are doing a good job of addressing issues as they occur to prevent accidents in the workplace.
Thank you very much. Which gives us savings, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. Discussing G, proposed final budget for 2026-2027. The board moves to approve the proposed final budget as presented. We also went over financial reports. We had some budget transfers, review of financial reports, prior month expenditures to date, charter school update, right to know request report, and an economic update. Our next scheduled meeting will be May 18th, 2026 at 9 a.m. Do we have any questions? Thank you very much, everyone.
Okay, thank you very much. Policy Review Committee.
Okay, so Director LeBlanc was unable to be here this evening, and so I was asked to fill in. This evening, we reviewed some policies, particularly 105.2, exemption from instruction. Discussion was mostly around the age of 18 and the IEPs and how that might be affected, as well as our procedure for opting out. In 122 extracurricular activities, there were some wording changes in there. And then social media, we didn't get to, and that will come back, as well as charter schools for some potential changes that will be implemented in there. Transportation, dress and grooming for pupil and employees, threat assessment and working periods were all moved forward as first reads. They were fairly basic. And then there was discussion around a change in platforms that PSBA is going to be having, and they're no longer going to be using board docs. They will be creating their own. And so because of a concern of losing any of our work that may be done, we will not be holding policy through the rest of this year. So the next meeting date will be determined at a later date. And my final note would be just to make mention that in the minutes of our last month's meeting, we had recommended policy 109 to come forward for a first read, and I don't see it in our first read list. So that's just a note. I guess that's not a big deal. That can be moved forward to the next board meeting. Okay, terrific. And that's it for me. Thanks.
All right, thank you very much. Upper Bucks Technical School Joint Operating Committee report.
I don't know if I can do this in less than 2 minutes, but I'll try. The February JOC meeting was held on March 19th, along with the policy and program committees. The April facilities and finance committees were held April 2nd with an update from the SiteLogic and a number of items which will be voted on tomorrow evening at our meeting. One of the items discussed was summer camp, which is not receiving grant money from the county this year. There is a small amount left over from last year, and it was decided that we would not hold camp unless the school could receive sponsorships to cover the costs that's needed. Moving on, kudos to our Upper Bucks graphics, Graphics Communication Programs Junior, Allison, I think you pronounce it Kofod, one of our own Palisades students who recently had her What Does CTE Month Mean to Us as Students? Her artwork was featured at Temple University's CTE newsletter, and I brought along the poster, which is beautifully creative. I'll give it to Mr. Heffernan so that it can be proudly displayed here at high school. Our student of the month at Upper Bucks was Brianne Janey, and she is a Quakertown senior in the Healthcare Careers Program. JOC also approved the appointment of Lisa Hoffman, who is the interim superintendent at Quakertown, and she will be the superintendent of record effective March 3rd, 2026 through June 30, 2026, at the prorated salary of $5,000. Our agenda tonight includes a vote to approve the revised articles of agreement, which were included on the agenda. And there is one small change from the copy that I had forwarded to all of you earlier. And Bridget, I'm going to ask you, could you comment on that? Because that was something that you had put in.
I believe it's specific to when there is a vacancy.
Yes.
So original draft language had, if there's a vacancy, then the next person who's up for superintendent of record will finish out that entire term. But there are a variety of situations where that may come up. So the new language says that the superintendent of record and JOC will work together to determine how best to fill that vacancy for the rest of the year. So that was the change.
And I don't remember what it was, what we had originally stated, but
So
that clarified.
This is the 12th version. I think the 11th
This is
was
12th.
silent on that. So
Yeah.
then there was draft language to just say whoever's next will take the whole rest of the term, which could end up being, a 4-year term if someone left at the beginning of their term. So this just makes it more flexible for how you'll fill a vacancy for the remainder of the year, if one comes up.
So when it comes up from the agenda items, if anybody has any questions, you can ask. I won't have an answer, but I'll get one for you. Okay. Excuse me. So the current enrollment update is for Palisades, it's 137 students with 13 out on co-op. Penridge has 397 students, but 43 out on co-op, and Quakertown has 368 with 53 out on co-op. So they have a total of 903 students with 109 out on co-op. That's awesome. And a reminder to parents that applications will close on May 1st and final placement will be May the 12th. Our Rockbridge restaurant will be open in May on Wednesday the 6th, Thursday the 7th, and Wednesday the 13th, and Thursday the 14th. Our next facilities and finance committee meetings are scheduled for Thursday, May 7th, beginning at 6 p.m. in the JOC boardroom, and the policy and program committees will meet tomorrow evening, April the 16th at 5:45 in the JOC boardroom, and the next regular JOC meeting will be held tomorrow evening, April 16th at 7 p.m. in the JOC boardroom, and the full agenda is posted on the BCPS website, right? We were having an issue with when the agenda was posted, but we believe it's posted. We're good. That's it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Great job.
Did I make
As
it?
always.
Did I do it?
No.
No. She said that. That side. Oh, that side.
The BCIU report.
I reported on last month, and the next Bucks County IU meeting is next week, the 21st.
All right, great. You helped make up for.
Yeah. Yeah, really.
PSBA liaison.
Oh, here we go again.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so PSBA, actually I have a lot. I don't know if I can do this in 2 minutes, but the PSBA Institute is holding a free virtual AI symposium Wednesday, April the 22nd, 8:30 to 12:30, and the symposium brings together thought leaders who will share candid insights on the challenges, pitfalls, and breakthroughs shaping AI's role in schools. The symposium will explore the societal and social impacts of AI, strategies for responsible implementation, and the growing need for informed AI advocacy within educational communities. Registration is on the PSBA Insight portal. They're also holding an advocacy day at the state capitol on May the 4th, and you can register for that on the portal. The executive director, Liz Wagenseller of the Office of Open Records, will share updates about right-to-know law requests. Included will be use of generative AI, anonymous and bulk requesters, and recent court cases. This is going to be a live webinar held on April the 29th, 12 to 1 p.m., and you can register on the portal. The April episode of the Keystone focuses on literacy in Pennsylvania, including the growing use of structured literacy and reading comprehension. Representatives Justin Fleming and Jason, I don't know what Oratory, I think it is, discuss early reading trends, district-wide implementation challenges, the impact of Act 135, and why early intervention is essential to improving literacy outcomes for students across the Commonwealth. It will be on PCN April 22nd at 7 p.m., or you'll be able to catch it on the PSBA YouTube channel. Karen, I thought you'd be interested in that one. PSBA Policy Services is holding a webinar April 20th at 2 p.m. and Thursday, April 23rd at 12 p.m. And Linda, I thought you'd be interested in that one. And last, PSBA is urging school boards to call on lawmakers to deliver an on-time 2026 state budget that prioritizes public education. They've requested that PA districts submit a resolution that will be signed by the board president and the secretary. I emailed all of you a copy of the resolution for your review. And if you agree that that is something that we will participate in, we'll have it on the agenda on our May 6th meeting. I have a copy of it here if anybody wants to look at it. So that'll be on the next agenda. And that's it. There's a lot more opportunities available, but check them out on the portal because I ran out of time.
Thank you very much. There's no committee approved expenditures. We've come to public comments for action agenda items. We don't have anybody signed up, but I will look to the audience if anybody wants to speak on an action agenda item. All right, seeing none, we will go into the action agenda. Item A, in accordance with board policy 006, a motion is in order to approve the consent agenda. Do I hear a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Second?
I'll second it.
All right, we have first and second. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Can I make a comment first?
Oh,
Or
I'm sorry.
have a
Yes.
question first? So in the, yeah, which piece of it? I guess it's in the personnel recommendations, maybe? There are adjustments to our EDRs and the amounts for them, and I am just curious what is bringing forth the adjustments for the EDRs? Thank you, Sue.
Yeah, sure. So for baseball, you can give base units in the contract to get another coach. However, a waiver has to be approved by everybody to want to share base units to basically get one person. Some people didn't agree, so we had to readjust it, and which changes their salaries. And for softball, they didn't need to share the base units anymore because they could not get an extra assistant coach. So it put everybody back to the original higher base units. So you could see their rates went up.
Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you, Scott.
Okay, sure. So any other discussion? All right, so let's do it again. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Motion passes. Item B.
And before you move on to
Oh, I'm
item B,
sorry.
that's okay. That's why I
Yep,
jump in. I'm
thank
always at the
you.
ready. So the board just approved the retirements of 3 outstanding educators, and I've asked our administrative team to share a little bit about them. So we'll start with Scott.
Hello again. So I'm going to speak about Anita Gaiman, one of our instructional assistants at Springfield. So 17 years ago, Anita started out as a Title I reading instructional assistant at both Springfield and Durham for approximately 7 years, and then became Springfield's library instructional assistant for the past 10 years. In the role of library assistant, Anita supported the librarian during classes, checking books in and out, organizing book swaps, kept the library in order. Anita is known as the map queen because she has scheduled many, many map tests over the years, and she's also the queen of potty patrol during PSSA, which is coming up next week. She runs Chromebook Central to ensure that students who need to borrow have their Chromebooks and make sure they're repaired when needed. She covers the front desk with a secretary every day at lunch and greets the students, staff, parents, and other visitors with her friendly smile. During this time, she also enters the discipline data into our Swiss system. Anita has been Springfield's representative on the safety committee for many years, always ensuring that our building is safe and reporting out information from the district committee. She has also served on our school-wide positive behavior team and has made many contributions to the program. Most recently, she's taken the responsibility of keeping the book vending machine full of various books and taking pictures of students who earned a book so that they can be recognized at Panther Pride. Over the past few years, Anita has worked closely with local church, and she was involved in the creation of the Adopt a Teacher program. This year, not only did teachers receive gifts, but all staff members in the building did. Anita Gaiman has left her mark at Springfield Elementary, and we will forever be grateful. I know Anita looks forward to spending more time with her grandchildren, and she told me she wants to spend time outside instead of just looking out the library window. But I asked her what she'd miss most. Of course, she said the people. And Anita Gaiman, the people will miss you as well. Thank you, Freddie.
I'm looking at the retirement list here and it says she's part-time. And all those things that you read about her? and
All
she-
instructional assistants are listed as part-time employees. She would work 6 hours.
And she accomplished all those things.
Amazing
Wow.
woman.
Wow, I'm impressed. Maybe I'll take my vote back.
All right, good evening. I'm also excited to recognize Mrs. Jerry Ann McLaughlin. I'm going to ask her to stay recognized. As she prepares her assignments. Mrs. McLaughlin began her journey with the district in the 2008-2009 school year as a class reduction teacher at Tinicum Elementary. She later served in the same role at Durham Knockemixon before returning to Tinicum in the 2011-12 school year. Throughout her career, she has taught across multiple grade levels, including first, second, and multi-age classrooms. Mrs. McLaughlin is widely known for her passion for writing. Her work has even been published, and her colleagues can share that she truly made the love of writing real for her students. Her student-centered approach, creativity, and ability to bring learning to life have left a lasting impact on countless children. She's also known for her incredible creativity, often composing original songs to support student learning across a variety of topics and to acknowledge faculty and staff on various occasions. This innovative approach has made her classroom an engaging and joyful place to learn. Beyond her instructional talents, Mrs. McLaughlin is also known for sharing many laughs with colleagues over the occasional technology woes, always bringing humor and perspective to those moments. Also, she's known to be carrying down the water or soda throughout the day, typically leaving them throughout the faculty room for us to find. Her dedication to her students is equally remarkable. Not uncommon to find her arriving early or staying late to ensure her classroom and lessons are thoughtfully prepared. Mrs. McLaughlin's dedication, creativity, and commitment to students have made a meaningful difference throughout her years of service. We are grateful for her many contributions to the district and wish her all the best in her well-deserved retirement. Congratulations, Mrs. McLaughlin, and thank you for everything you have given to our students in school. And last but not least, Mrs. Judy Dorr. I'm going to ask her to stand as well. I know this is a bittersweet moment for Judy. She has her personal family here, but she considers Tinicum her second family. So it's a privilege to recognize Mrs. Judy Dorr for her many years, over 25 dedicated years to the Palisades School District. Judy began her journey with the district in 1999 as a substitute teacher and secretary, and even before her official hire, she supported Tinicum in many roles from the cafeteria to one-on-one student support, the main office, and even as an evening custodian. In 2004, she was officially hired as an instructional assistant, and soon after, on February 5th, became Tinicum's elementary secretary. Throughout her career, Judy served in multiple buildings, including Tinicum, Springfield, Durham Knox, district office, and Palms. She often says, "I'm her 8th boss and her favorite." She also has supported community as a game worker at high school events. Judy has truly been the face of Tinicum and an important part of our school family, serving as a welcoming and steady presence for students, staff, and families. It's not uncommon to walk in the building and see her reading with a student at her desk. She brings a wonderful sense of humor to work each and every day. Her dedication is truly remarkable. She will drop anything to help a staff member. The legacy she leaves behind will be felt for many years to come. On a more personal note, we will especially miss Judy's creativity and holiday spirit. I mentioned before, her theme for Halloween, or just themes throughout the building, are definitely very, very thoughtful. The excitement she brings for students and joy and staff alike are immense. Judy, thank you again for your dedication and the positive impact you've made across our district. Congratulations on your well-deserved retirement.
It is very hard for me to leave. It's time, but I am gonna miss it. So thank you for the many years and the great people I work with.
I just wanted to give us a special thank you to our retirees for all of your dedication to the district. We will certainly miss you, but we certainly wish you the best in your retirement and hope you have many wonderful, wonderful years. And please stop back and see us. We have lots of volunteer opportunities and we would love to see you. So thank you so much. Right now, I'd like to move on to item B. The motion is in order to approve the 12th amendment to the Articles of Agreement for the Upper Bucks County Technical School, and this is a roll call vote.
I'll make a motion.
I second it.
The first and second, or all the.
Yep. Any questions?
You know, I'm just trying to keep things moving along. Yes, you're absolutely right. I should be asking for discussion. So, is there any discussion?
Don't worry, we cut them off if they start to go too fast. No, I don't have
Okay.
anything.
Director Hallowell.
Yes.
Director Landis. Yes. Director Nielsen.
Yes.
Director Ott.
Yes.
Director Ramos.
Yes.
Director Winholm.
Yes.
Director Beer.
Yes.
Director Freeman.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you very much. Item C, in accordance with Board Policy 121, a motion is in order to approve an overnight trip for the Cybersonics team to participate in the First Robotics World Championship in Houston, Texas, April 28th through May 3rd, 2026. The trip was discussed at the extracurricular committee meeting on March 25th, 2026, and the committee is recommending approval. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
All right, we have a first and a second. Any discussion?
Yeah.
Okay. Hearing none, I'll call the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion carries. Item D, in accordance with Board Policy 121, a motion is in order to approve an overnight trip for Palms Trek to travel to Texas and New Mexico, March 20 through the 25th, 2027. The trip was discussed at the extracurricular committee meeting on March 25th, 2026, and the committee is recommending approval. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
A second.
I'll second.
We have a first and a second. Any comment or discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion carries. Item E, a motion is in order to approve a memorandum of understanding between the Palisades School District and the Tinicum Township Police Department, Bucks County, as per the attachment. I have a motion.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
First and second, any discussion?
I can add, so this, you see this every 2 years as an MOU. We're off this year. You voted on this last year, but there's new legislation requiring language specific to threat assessment teams. So this just reflects that the school district threat assessment team will work with law enforcement. And that's what you'll see as a change here.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion carries. Item F, the motion is in order to approve a memorandum of understanding between the Palisades School District and the Springfield Township Police Department, Bucks County, as per the attachment. Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
I'll say.
A first and a second. This is the same
thing.
right?
Correct.
Different
The next-
department.
This one and the next one, thank you.
No further questions, discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion carries. Item G, a motion is in order to approve a memorandum of understanding between the Palisades School District and the Dublin Barrett State Police Department, Bucks County, as per the attachment. Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All right, discussion. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion carries. Item H, the motion is in order to approve the renewal contract between Palisades School District and Whitson's Nutritional LLC for the 2026-2027 school year. The contract was reviewed by the Fiscal Oversight Committee at the April 13th, 2026 meeting, and the committee is recommending approval. Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
I'll second it.
First and second, is there any discussion?
And maybe talk to the students to see how they are liking the food.
Our student reps left.
Yeah, I know.
Mr. Heffernan, can you add to that? Are the students enjoying the food at the high school?
I don't have an answer to that question, but I think what I did here at the fiscal committee is that, we went from 100 lunches or so a day being served to about 160, I think the representative Woodson said, so I think the proof is in the results.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Mr. Heffernan.
And this is a 2-year contract. I mean, it's more than 1 year. We're just renewing it, right? How's that working?
So as was shared, Chris wants to come up, but we do have a multi-year contract, but I think the state requires that.
It's a
we
state
renew it
requirement to renew it
yearly.
annually.
But Director, I'll just mention that if you can remember, because I think it's a very good question, and I'd love to look for opportunities to get our student representatives more involved. So I think maybe that's something if we can ask at the next meeting after they give their report, if you remember to ask
Yeah.
them, and
Okay.
maybe even extend it if they want to do, a little survey of the students and see what they, what their feelings are.
And if Whitson's comes back to the fiscal meeting, I think they should provide us breakfast.
Breakfast?
Can't have food in the auditorium.
That's right.
Ah.
There are a lot of attachments here, and I was just trying to figure out what's the bottom line total of the contract then? Because one page has 77,000.
Guarantee is the same as last year. $18,000 is the bottom line.
18,000.
Yes.
All right, any other questions?
Dr. O'Connell, there is a survey going out April 13th through 24th to the students and community for feedback on the.
Okay. Good, thank you.
Great, thank you. Anything else? All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. Let's see, a motion is in order to approve the renewal contract between Palisades School. Did we do the same one?
Aye.
Oh, it didn't change on my computer screen. Okay, thank you. A motion is in order to approve the renewal of workers' compensation with SDIC. This was reviewed by the Fiscal Oversight Committee at the April 13th, 2026 meeting, and the committee is recommending approval. Do I have a motion?
I make the motion.
I'll second it.
A first and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed or abstained? Motion carries. Item J, a motion is in order to approve a 6% rate increase for the Palisades School District medical RX healthcare plans for the 2026-2027 school year. This was reviewed by the Fiscal Oversight Committee at the April 13th, 2026 meeting, and the committee is recommending approval. Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
All right, we have a first and a second. Is there any comments or discussion? Hearing none, I'll call the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed or abstained? Motion passes. Item K, a motion is in order to approve a rate increase of 2.09% for the Palisades School District Dental Insurance Plan for the 2026-2027 school year. This was reviewed by the Fiscal Oversight Committee at the April 13th, 2026 meeting, and the committee is recommending approval. Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item L, a motion is in order to approve a memorandum of understanding between Palisades School District and the Palisades Educational Support Personnel Association in accordance of the consortium's new group health insurance plan designated as Open Choice 4 or OC4 plan, effective July 1st, 2026, offered at a premium share of 0% for the next school year, 2026-2027. Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
We have a first and second. Is there any questions or discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain? Motion passes. Item M, a motion is in order to approve a memorandum of understanding between Palisades School District and the Palisades Educational Association in acceptance of the consortium's new group health insurance plan designated as Open Choice 4, OCO4, effective July 1st, 2026, offered at a premium share of 2% for the school year 2026-2027. Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
I have first and second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion carries. Item N, a motion is in order to approve the proposal from KCBA to be the service provider to complete an enrollment and building utilization study with a not to exceed cost of $16,250 and the cost of a 3-year update of $5,500. The proposal was reviewed by the Building and Grounds Committee at the March 25th, 2026 meeting, and the committee is recommending approval. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Second?
I'll second.
All right, first and second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed or abstain? Motion carries. Item O, a motion is in order to approve Hobbs and Company, Inc. as the lowest responsible bidder for the Dorb-Nockamixon Elementary Emergency Generator Project for a total cost of $215,000. This was reviewed by the Buildings and Grounds Committee at the March 25th, 2026 meeting, and the committee is recommending approval. Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Thank you.
Second it.
We have a first and second. Do we have any discussion?
Is that higher than what I remember it being talked about before, but I didn't remember it being that high. Buildings and grounds.
It was the lowest bid.
That was the lowest bid.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, thank you.
All right, anything else? All right, call the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Motion carries. Item P, a motion is in order to approve the proposal from Blue Chip for auditorium lighting at the high school in the amount of $171,870.12. The proposal was reviewed by the Building and Grounds Committee at the February 25th, 2026 meeting. The committee is recommending approval. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Second. All right, we have a first and second. Any discussion?
Just quickly, this is just the stage lighting. It doesn't include
Yes,
the,
just the stage lighting,
not the,
not the
Just
house
the-
lighting, no.
Anything else? All right, I'll call the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion carries. Item Q. Motion is in order to approve the second read of the following policies. The policies were reviewed by the policy committee at the meeting on February 18, 2026, and the committee is recommending approval. Policy 106, planned course statements. Policy 107, adoption of planned instruction. Policy 108, adoption of textbooks. Policy 903, public comment at board meetings. Policy 805, emergency preparedness. Policy 204, attendance. Policy 218.1, weapons. Policy 805.1, relations with law enforcement agencies. Policy 805.2, school security personnel. Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Is there any discussion on this? I'm just going to throw out, and I'm just going to throw out here that I did not review the weapons policy again, but correct me if I'm wrong, this would have to do with our policy and definitions of and so forth of weapons, i.e. most recently, some of the emails that are now mandated by the state to go out for those notifications. Okay. I would like to take a little bit closer look at the weapons policy myself, and I will truly admit it's something that I should have done prior to this meeting. So I'm just speaking on behalf of myself, but I had brought this up to Sylvia last week at some point, and I think she forgot that this was on here, you know, herself with all the other policies. So anyway, that's just my
Yeah.
thoughts. So what, go ahead.
I actually would agree with that, only because I'm just wondering if the intent of it, like whatever prompted the legislation to come about, is being, I don't want to say exaggerated, that's not what I mean, and yet if it's really hitting the mark, I guess, is what I'm saying, so.
Yeah, and I don't necessarily think we're going to be able to fix the state legislation that was passed, but I think I personally have some concerns with possibly the way our policy directs that things be handled, you know, currently. And I would just personally like to have us all put our heads, you know, around that and see if there's any tweaks that could be made.
Well, again, some of the state law changes are around the notification piece of it. And so I do wonder if maybe just in writing, getting some clarification from Senator Coleman's office. I believe he was the one
I was
behind
just gonna
that.
say that. Yes.
You know, maybe getting something in writing from them, again, to just give us what prompted it and the intent behind it and what they're expecting from that, whether we share, you know, some of our scenarios and say, would you expect that a notification would go out around this situation or something like that? That's just a thought.
I would like to amend the motion to include reference to policy 218.
I'll second it.
All right, and you were both the first and second?
No, it was Karen and.
Oh, okay.
I'll
Well, that's
say
fine.
yes to that. Yes.
Okay. So we're going to call the vote on the amendment first. Is there any further discussion on that? Okay, so I'm going to call the vote to remove policy 218.1 from this motion of passing a second reading for right now and just send that back to policy. Okay. Accurate?
Yes.
Okay. So on that, I'm going to call the vote. All those in favor of the amendment only?
Aye.
We have a motion, a second.
sorry. I was asleep.
No, that's okay. Thank you. I need all the help I can get, so. Okay, so on that motion, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed or abstain? Okay, so that's just the amendment. Now we're gonna go back to voting on the original motion, which, as amended correctly. Does anybody have any questions on that? Okay, then I'll call the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed or abstain? Okay, motion carries. Thank you for working through that. Item R, a motion is in order to approve the first read of the following policies. The policies were reviewed by the policy committee at the meeting on March 18, 2026. The committee is recommending approval. Policy 611, purchases budgeted. Policy 619, district audit. Policy 626, federal fiscal compliance and attachments. Policy 626.1, travel reimbursement federal programs, renumbered 626.5 to 626.1. Policy 110, instructional supplies. Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
I have a first and a second. Any discussion? I'll call the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstain? Motion carries. Item S, a motion is in order to retire the following policies. Retirement of these policies was discussed by the policy committee at the March 18th, 2026 meeting. The committee is recommending approval. 626.1, federal fiscal compliance liability cost. 626.2, federal fiscal compliance cash management. 626.3, federal fiscal compliance conflict of interest. 626.4, federal fiscal compliance procurement. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
First and second, any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Motion carries. And item T, a motion is in order to approve the recommendation of the superintendent regarding student matter A/04.06.2026 as determined at the expulsion hearing on Monday, April 6, 2026. Do I have a motion?
Make the motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, call for the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Motion carries. And we are to discussion items. One we have on the meeting is regarding live streaming, and I think Gary's just going to give us a little update.
So as you all know, we've been having a lot of fun with the meeting owls, especially at the committee meetings. So I did purchase this camera that's sitting in front of you. Seems to be working out well. It's worked out for 3 meetings now, and it's worked out fairly well. I mean, the video quality is better. You get an indicator that it's actually recording with the blue light. And for instance, at the last policy meeting right before this meeting, the meeting cut out at 15 minutes in. So we are going to replace the owls with this camera. But some other options that we have are to not do a live stream of the actual meeting, but to record the meeting directly on the camera itself without having to deal with network issues, possible network issues, or anything like that, and then just dump the video up to YouTube the next day. So those are a couple options that we have. We can continue with these new cameras. They can also operate on their own without the use of a Chromebook. We do need to wait though for the Android app to update so that it can do recording and transcription with the Android app that's built into the camera. But that is supposedly coming in the not too distant future, so that might be another possibility.
We're broadcasting right now.
Yes, we are broadcasting right now. We are live streaming.
What is the policy that we just?
Do we have to change?
Probably because I think we have live streaming in the policy. So we would have to go back to just recording the meeting and posting it if we wanted to go that route.
Because the policy committee is not meeting until
We don't know.
a while off.
We'll continue
Gonna
with
have to
this.
deal with it.
I did purchase another camera like this too, because we usually have to set up two cameras if there's policy committee meeting right before the board meeting. So I usually have to set up a camera over there and then a camera over here. So I did purchase another camera. We also purchased a plate to put the Chromebook on to sit on a tripod for the board meeting. So that's not having to sit on a cart in the middle of the board meeting. And I think that's pretty much it for the equipment, but it would make it a lot easier on everybody involved if we could just record the meeting directly on the camera and post it the next day or by the end of the week at least.
So is that something that has to come before the board?
It would have to policy committee first
Or it has to go
to revise the
policy
policy and then
first?
come to the board.
I don't want to say this, but it only takes 5 votes to change a policy. The procedure that we have in place for first, second reading and changes and stuff, we can go around it if we want to.
I do remember, several years ago, we suspended policies. I don't know if you want to completely suspend the policy, but we have suspended policy in unusual circumstances. I mean, with the intent of like coming back to it. I'm not-
I would have to go back in and look though, because I'm not sure if it specifies that we have to live stream or if it just specifies we have to record the meeting.
Streaming, I believe it came in for committees as well.
Yeah, I thought so.
That policy.
Could we live stream the board meetings, but the committee meetings could be, because I
Yeah,
think,
I mean, we
I think the board
do whatever the
meetings-
board
You can
pleases.
do whatever you choose.
Well, the issue really wasn't the board meeting, right? It's the committee meetings.
Yeah, it's been the committee
Committee
meetings.
meetings.
Yeah.
Well, and when you look at, views, fiscal committee meeting had 7 views. The, building and grounds meeting in March had 2 views. I mean, it's not a lot of people viewing the recordings for the committee meetings.
Now,
Well,
the board
it's more
meetings,
the
we
live
did,
Streaming issue though, isn't it? Than it is the recording, like. we
well,
would still want
it's
it
a
to be
combination of both.
posted.
I mean, if we could record directly to the camera, that wouldn't be an issue because then you're not relying on any kind of internet connection, issues or anything like that.
Yeah, so it's more what the policy states, correct?
Right.
Whether we're live streaming or not, because it's all going to be posted as a recording anyway.
Right.
I think the recordings are more important because we, as board
Go back and
meeting
review.
members, go back and look at the committee meetings. If we
Right.
don't make it a committee meeting, I know, I do.
Yes.
Well, it looks like the policy, which was, no, that says retired. That said live streaming, so I don't know, maybe we did change it. That says retired June 18th. I don't know.
Policy 006.2.
Yeah, but it says retired June, doesn't it? Are you seeing retired? Retired June 18th, 2025.
I guess we can do whatever we want.
Yeah.
That's revised June 18th. That's the same line, I'll revise June 18th.
And it does say live streaming.
That's so strange.
I mean, I'll just we'll check everything. Yes. I'm an active policy.
I'm in active policies too.
Well, I think we can look into this and make a decision at a later date. That's all right.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
I mean, as of now, we have a decent working camera now, so.
Okay. Thank you, Gary. Thank you for that update.
Thank you.
Director Wenhold, did you have something else you wanted to bring up for discussion?
So I wanted to suggest that we add to our scheduled meetings a designated time as a full board to discuss the budget and changes, reductions, whatever, around those issues. So I guess I can say that it was pointed out that we don't have extracurricular next week. We just have buildings and grounds starting at 7. If we could possibly add at 6 o'clock, a committee, meeting of the board to just discuss the budget process or the final budget plan.
Okay, does the rest of the board have any thoughts around that?
Is that, I'm looking at Chris, is that worth doing, or should we do it in, we're approving the final budget at the end of May, right?
So the proposed final budget will be in front of you on May 6th. Do you want to do a 6 p.m. meeting on May 6th? Before the board meeting?
I have a feeling your idea is that we would have a little time because
Yeah.
that would literally be
Yeah.
a couple minutes later, we'd be
Yeah.
voting on it.
Yeah.
So,
And discussion too, like,
Yeah.
like to have a.
Yeah, I think I'd prefer it to be a week before we make that vote.
any other comments from,
I agree. I would like some time to see what the changes that, I mean, the proposed budget that was on the fiscal agenda. I could review through it, but it had no indications anywhere of what the changes were. And that makes it difficult to, I mean,
change, like what changes?
well, if there were changes from the previous budget that we had been shown back in January. So that, and I know there was change. I know that you've been working on changes and things. And so I feel it would be helpful.
Okay. I'm just looking at my calendar. Does that make sense to be before
So,
buildings and grounds?
It
or-
depends on, and Dina, I'll look to you too, but it depends on what type of meeting you're planning to have. So if you're scheduling another regular board meeting, so if that's not the case, it is another fiscal committee meeting. Is that what you're looking to do? There needs to be some mechanism for you to gather and have discussions that are public. So if it's not a regular board meeting, it's a
Could it
committee,
just be
it's a
a
committee meeting run by the chair.
we could make it a board meeting, but a working
Working,
session?
that's what I was gonna say. I've
Board
heard of the
meeting?
phrase working session before. Can it be considered a working?
We can make it a fiscal meeting. Just make it a fiscal meeting and then you all can come with your questions. If we're gonna have a fiscal meeting focusing on the budget, how's that? Would that make life easy for us?
Yeah, we would still have to advertise it because it's another
Right.
meeting of the board, but
You have enough time?
what do we need, 40 to post?
What
it?
are we doing? Next Wednesday, 22nd. If we would do next Wednesday at 4.
So we have legal notice requirements, so that is not, that wouldn't happen.
Probably we can get a legal notice.
Week and a half from today?
Then,
Fine. Week and a half from today.
which would take us where?
Yeah. And I agree, if there's questions, absolutely. Yeah. We should have another fiscal meeting for the proposed. If we have time to squeeze it in before May 6th, so be it.
So then are we talking about Wednesday, the 29th?
That would, I suppose that would work. Yeah, that would work. Do we have anything else on the 29th? We don't have anything else on the 29th?
No, the end of the month.
I don't have anything.
Oh, then we could make it 7, couldn't we? We don't have to meet quite as early then. 6.
No, 6 o'clock's fine.
Oh, okay. This guy usually doesn't get here
6:30
till
is better.
6:30.
6:30?
Yeah,
6:30 is better.
Fine. For you,
Okay.
Dr. Ott, 6:30.
All right, so we'll shoot for the 29th at 6:30 then? Wonderful. Thank you.
I just want to clarify what it is that I want to make sure I'm sure Chris wants to feel prepared for this meeting. So you would like from the meeting or the last budget that was approved in January to where things sit on the 29th as far as the budget is concerned. So what's gone up, what's come down, sort of as we always do that.
And then I think you're comparing to the current budget.
Okay. Chris, do you have any other questions on the?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Chris is good, I'm good.
And we don't have to call it a fiscal. We could just call the workshop or whatever it is you want to call it.
Okay. Okay. Yes.
Minute wise,
Yep.
does that apply? Where are you gonna? Well, can we just eliminate committee? Because it won't just be the fiscal committee though. It needs to be the full board. So can it just say a fiscal meeting of the full board?
And we can have it in a high school auditorium.
So I think the fiscal meeting of the full board, so you have a mechanism for the fiscal committee to meet and for Chris to do what he's doing. You're all invited. So I don't see, if it's, you're not voting on anything, you're learning and you're discussing.
Right, it's a
sharing.
work session, correct, no
Yeah.
voting, just.
It is not a
discussion.
voting meeting,
But you'll have
correct.
your board, you'll have your 3 committee members, and then the rest of you will be as guests. That you'll be able to.
Discuss and ask
Okay.
questions and.
However you can make it. work.
Yeah, exactly, I don't care.
An additional fiscal committee meeting seems to make the most sense for what's being discussed.
Okay.
Right, sound good?
Okay, thank you.
Mhm. Got it.
Thanks for working that out, everybody. What's
Obviously,
that?
the public, yeah.
Yes, it's absolutely a public meeting.
Yeah,
Yep,
absolutely.
thank you.
All right, informational.
Okay, so hopefully this is the last you'll hear from me regarding the district calendar for this school year. It just highlights, in June, some updated dates for the end of the school year. For the 26-27 calendar, we just want to note that if there is a snow makeup day, we're moving it to Friday, February 12th, rather than the federal holiday, which is on Monday, February 15th. So there you have that. We've got senior nights coming up, and you can see the dates listed in your agenda. The BCIU 2026 board member election ballots were submitted Friday, March 27th. And as of July 1st, 2026, PSBA will no longer support the use of board docs for agenda and policy creation, storage, and maintenance. PSBA will offer a new in-house system for policies and Keystone Agenda under the company. Board book will be provided for the creation and storage of agendas. So this was discussed a bit in policy committee. PSBA has been sending out a lot of information about this transition. So just wanted to make you and the public aware that things will look a little bit different if they're going into what was board docs to access our agendas and minutes and policies.
And everything's in place to transfer what's there now to the new system?
Yeah, so hopefully, I don't want to just go on hope. Yes, our understanding is that there will be a transfer of all of our policies. We discussed that in policy committee, and then we're optimistic about the agenda tool that will be coming in. So by all accounts, it will be a seamless transition.
Any training is really, this is really probably more for admins to it, like the policy webinar that they're holding would be of any use for them. But it's just gonna be for them.
They promised they do the migration as long as we renew our membership, SBA members.
All right, we are to public comments. There was none signed up, but I'll look to the audience if anybody has any public comment. Thank you. Please state your name and township of residence.
Joanne Allen, North Nixon. Talking about tightening the budget, get rid of this. I mean, really, all the manpower and the equipment and preparation, and you got 3 or 5 or 7 people. They can listen to a recording. Why do they have to have a camera? That I don't get. And the other thing is, I like the comment that Cora made when we were talking about how much work Anita does. I don't know that the board understands how much work every individual in this district does. They don't just wear that one hat. They do several jobs. I'm talking from administration down to the custodians. You know, you have to understand, you've got staff and everybody else is taking on more jobs. So keep that in mind, okay? Thank you.
All right, thank you. Anybody else? Okay, then I am going to move into board comments, compliments, and concerns, and I would like to start with Director Landis.
You thought I wasn't gonna say anything, but I am.
Should I start the timer?
I promised I wouldn't. but-
Yes.
No, I'd just like to really say thank you to everybody for approving the articles for the text school. We did a lot of work on that, and it took us, what, 2 years? It was almost 2 years that we worked on this. And so thank you for putting that through and getting them done. That's it.
Paula?
I'm good. Let's go home.
All right, Director Wenholm?
So I like to bring attention to the historical events, as you know, especially with the 250th. So on the 18th, it is actually 251 years ago that Paul Revere and William Doss made the ride to go warn John Hancock and Sam Davis that the British were coming to take their lives, and warn them that they were coming also for their weaponry and such. On the 19th then was the shot heard around the world when the British took the first shot. And there were, I think 18 Americans who were either wounded or died in that event. But that event sparked the beginning of what we know as our revolution, or is noted that way. Anyway, so John Adams stated, "Posterity, you will never know how much it cost the present generation to preserve your freedom. I hope you will make good use of it. If you do not, I shall repent in heaven that I ever took half the pains to preserve it." So we just need to remember these individuals and what they've done. Thanks.
All right, thank you. Director Ott?
Nothing for me.
Director Neal?
Well, first of all, it just really warms my heart, to hear all the presentations. And it just reaffirms what a wonderful district we have, and the staff and the administration and how hard they work every day. So, thank you to all of the staff and administration, because, we couldn't have as good of a district as we have without you. That was the compliment, the concern. I would really like the board to reconsider when fiscal meeting is held. It is, and I know we've had this discussion before, but I really, really think we have to revisit it. It's Monday before meeting Wednesday, and there's so many things that come through financial wise. And I feel very, I mean, I can read, I can ask questions, I can listen to the recordings, but the recording, I went on Monday night and the recording wasn't there. And I had another meeting last night and didn't get to it. So it makes it very difficult to feel prepared and do the job that I need to do. And I would just like to have that be reconsidered.
Okay, thank you.
I want to reiterate what you said about all the presentations, and it is really wonderful to hear. So absolutely agree and love starting the meetings that way. Director Freeman, thank you for also directing the weapons policy. I wanted to share some thoughts tonight, and hopefully this really goes to the public, because I think we need to really help our public understand that times have changed. And first of all, Dr. O'Connell is following what school code calls for and what she needs to do legally as she sends out notifications of weapons. And, the one day we got a notification that there were 12 incidences, because I know we live in a rural community. I know we hunt and fish and do all of those things, but times have changed. You cannot walk into schools with knives on your belts and all of those kinds of things and have weapons visible in your car. And again, they could be for many other purposes. And I think in those issues, in those instances, that was the case. It was other purposes. But nevertheless, times have changed. And we need to help our community understand that and help them think about, as I'm going into school, make sure that everything has been taken care of. Because again, this is the way of the world today.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
I would like to say thank you for our retirees again. That was just very nice. And a special thank you to Mrs. Dorr. I know she's left already, but when I first moved to the district, our children went to Tinicum, and she was the first face I saw down there at Tinicum who greeted us. And I think I showed up in my uniform, and she still asked for ID. So we have a great relationship. All my children went to Tinicum, and great memories, great memories. I thank you again for the wonderful years that our teachers have given us, and congratulations on the retirement. That's all I have.
All right, thank you very much to everybody for a great meeting. I did want to bring up that we had a really nice article in the Bucks County Herald that featured our own superintendent, Dr. O'Connell. And I just want to say that that article was really wonderful. It was very well deserved to have some similar to what was just shared tonight. There is a lot of work that goes in to making a district run as smoothly as it does. And is there always room for improvement? Absolutely. And in every one of our lives, there's room for improvement. But we're very fortunate to have everybody here in the district for everything that they do, and really appreciate Dr. O'Connell for all that she did. And it was a very nice article, highlighting her and our district. So just wanted to highlight that.
I think she did it.
And with that, do I have a motion to adjourn?
Move to adjourn.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Very good.